Did Allah ever reveal himself to the biblical prophets by name? A common claim in Islamic apologetic is that the God worshipped by the biblical prophets is the same God revealed in the Quran, simply known by a different name, Allah. From this claim comes an important and often overlooked question. Did Allah ever reveal himself to the biblical prophets by name? This is not a question about belief or intention. It is a question about textual evidence. Let us begin with the biblical record itself. In the Bible, God does not remain unnamed. He repeatedly reveals his name and identity directly to the prophets. This name is not a title or a generic term. It is presented as God's personal covenant name with Israel. God tells Moses, in clear terms, that this name is to be remembered throughout generations. The prophets consistently refer to God using this revealed name and its derivatives. Nowhere in the Hebrew scriptures does God say, "My name is Allah," nor does he introduce himself using Arabic terminology. This matters because names in scripture are not accidental. They communicate identity, covenant, and relationship. Now consider the language issue. The biblical prophets spoke and wrote primarily in Hebrew and Aramaic, not Arabic. The term Allah is an Arabic word. While it can function linguistically as a general word for God, in Arabic, the specific theological identity of Allah, as defined by the Quran, emerges in the 7th century within an Arabic-speaking context. The biblical text does not use Arabic vocabulary, nor does it preserve Arabic divine self-disclosure. There is no passage where God appears to Abraham, Moses, David, or any prophet and says, "I am Allah," or instructs them to call him by that name. Next, examine divine self-revelation.I in the Bible. When God reveals himself, he does so personally and verbally. He speaks that he declares who he is. He establishes covenants. He identifies himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He does not leave his identity to later reinterpretation. If Allah, as defined in Islamic theology, is the same God, one would reasonably expect at least one clear instance where God identifies himself using that name or explains a future redefinition of his identity. But no such instance exists. Now let us address a common response. Allah is just the Arabic word for God. Even if we grant this linguistically, the argument still fails the biblical test. The issue is not whether Arabic-speaking Christians or Jews later used the word Allah. The issue is whether God himself revealed that name to the biblical prophets. And the answer remains no. The Bible consistently presents God as a God who names himself, not one whose name is supplied later by another religious system. Additionally, consider theological consistency.